during the fascist period, ripped right through history, not caring what was there. It was Mussolini who originally gave the name to the road Emperor's Road. The times now have changed this, and now it's called a Fori Imperiale. Okay, so just split right through history, not caring what was there. Its own road in the Forum here, first paved road of Rome, called Sacred Way because of all the pagan temples that aligned it. Okay, that's where it gets the name Sacred Road. Speaking of temples, I always stop in a perfect spot. Those of you who are there can just see the tree, but behind the tree I can see the temple just to my left over here. It's dedicated to Romulus, but not Romulus and Remus. This is Romulus, the son of the Sextius. It has two green doors, which are actually bronze doors. Still have the original lock and key to it that work perfectly even to this day. So 1,700 years later, perfect working mechanism. On each side of the doors there are two columns. It is a red or purple marble, better known as Egyptian porphyry, a very hard marble and a very expensive marble as well. They used to make baths, basins, columns, and also sarcophagi from that specific marble there, but nothing too extravagant because it's very hard to work with. To let you know how expensive it is, it has a value of 5 to 7 times the amount of price of gold. We're looking at approximately 86,000 euro for 1 kilo of Egyptian porphyry. It does not exist anymore. It originally came from Eastern Egypt, and the Vatican basically owns 80% of it is owned by them. Surprise, surprise. How many people here have already been to the Vatican Museum? A few of you have, yeah? All right, maybe some of you haven't. I'll tell you all that inside their museum, they have a room. It looks like the Pantheon. They call it the circular room. And inside this room, what do they have? They have a big, huge bath. Remember seeing this bath? They have a big, huge tub, which used to be Nero's tub. In his golden palace, this is by the Colosseum before the Colosseum existed. There's one big, huge, gigantic piece of Egyptian porphyry. It is today inside the Vatican Museum, and they say it weighs 22 tons in weight. So you imagine how big or how expensive just the one item is. See, I did the calculations on it, and I'll tell you one thing, you cannot fit all the zeros on one calculator. If 1 kilo is equal to approximately 86,000 euro, 1 ton is equal to 1,000 kilos. This thing is 22 tons in weight. The number becomes astronomical. Speaking of emperors, I did mention to you the Arch of Titus, which is your reference point to leave or to go into the Roman Forum. Yes, so it's just over there. That's your reference point to leave or to go down. Who was Titus? Titus was the older brother of Domitian. The two sons of Vespasian, Flavian family or dynasty that constructed the Colosseum. When was the Colosseum built, guys? In what year? 72. How long did it take to build it?
8 years.
8 years. Very good. You were listening. All right. I was just about to send you back. Okay. Very good. So 72, 8 years to build it. How long would it take us to build the Colosseum today?
We wouldn't give it to them.
Oh, give us a little bit of credit. Come on. What? Let's say what? 20, 25 years? Yeah.
They would find an owl that below there.
Contract problems, strikes. I'm sick, I can't come to work. Oh, bad weather, we can't work today. Oh, good weather, let's go to the beach. This also depends on which country you're building it that makes the difference of how long it would take to build something like the Colosseum. You must understand this, back then was forced labor, meaning slaves were building it. Yes, we are very capable today. We have the technology, we have the know-how, but how would we do it today? Try to take a truck, go to the depot, yeah. Can you load up 2,000 limestone blocks for me, please? Got to go build the Colosseum? Not like that. Go create this stuff, bring it here, and put it all together in 8 years. It's next or closer to impossible task even for us to do today. Well, let's say we can get it done in 8 years. Here's another question for you. Would it still be standing up to 2,000? Good question. Good question. If it was not for the 2 major earthquakes that hit Rome, the other earthquakes of Rome, the fires of Rome, the pillaging of the Colosseum, that thing is not only still standing today, that thing would probably still be functional, meaning you can have events taking place inside. Yes? Well, not the ones that they had back then, but something a little bit different. Did you actually think when you came to this city that you were going to go through the Colosseum? Some people say yes, others say no.
No.
How much confidence then do you guys have in the people who have the confidence in the structure so old to not only let you guys through, but thousands of people every single day going through that building and not having to worry about a block coming down on someone's head? Because many people tend to make this mistake and look at ancient civilizations as being very primitive. Oh, they had primitive tools, they're primitive, they're stupid, these guys don't know what they're doing. You can't build a structure like that if you were stupid or primitive. You just couldn't. You need mathematics, you need architects, you need engineers, you need people who know what the heck they're doing. And especially if that thing is still standing today as evidence for us. I mean, if you go, I don't want to talk about it too much today. For example, I'll give you a few. You have the Great Pyramids on the Plateau of Giza in Egypt. You have all the sites in Mexico. You have Machu Picchu in Peru. These guys did not decide to build at sea level. They decide to take 30, 40-ton block stones and go up a mountain and build their civilization up there. I mean, who in their right mind would go through all that trouble to build this? I mean, I could just imagine them organizing themselves back then, right? So they're organizing and they're like, all right, up till now, life was too easy. Now we're going to make it difficult for ourselves. We're going to take these 30, 40-ton block stones and go build our civilization up there. So I can imagine the guy across from him going, all right, just a question. Where are the roads? How do you get up there to build your civilization? So, when you look at these ancient civilizations, why did they build with such huge megalithic stones? I'll tell you why, to make us go like this today. Seriously, once you get to the Roman period, things drastically changed. And this is the example I would like to point out to you. This building directly in front of us here, it's known as the Basilica of Maxentius and Constantine. So Maxentius started it, Constantine defeated him, he finished it, it has a double name. This is only 1/3, that still remains of the original structure. Rome had 2 major earthquakes. The earthquake that took down the south end of the Colosseum took this building down as well, so 2/3 of it are missing. And what is it made from? Brick. Where did your stone go? It's not like the Romans had to do the work themselves. It's not like they didn't have slaves. They could have told the slaves, yeah, take that 20-block stone and put it with the other 200 over there. Not a problem. Why all of a sudden when you get to the Roman period, things drastically change? What's facing? What are you facing? Right in the face right there. The arches. It's called the Roman arch. Because with huge stone, you can't do this type of building. Because their doorways were like this with a flat piece. Too much weight, caves in. The arch solved that problem. You could do huge buildings, enormous buildings, heavy buildings with this system. So imagine adding 2/3 onto this building. You know what the structure was originally used for? You want to switch? All right. You know what it was originally used for? Storing pepper.
We can wait a couple of minutes. We've got very patient people.
Oh, that's okay. We'll switch. Is the balcony free over there?
Yeah.
Okay, that way I can talk a little bit over there as well.
Stand.
All right, not a problem. They stored pepper in it. Imagine us walking in, achoo, 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 achoo. All right, anyway, let's switch balconies. Let's go over there.